Hi, welcome to our latest Outsports. What do we call it? Outsports Jock Talk Vlog?
Jock Talk Vlog with a V.
Yeah, there you go. Outsports Jock Talk Vlog. We did this last fall, and I moved to New York and stopped doing it. But now we're here in bright and sunny and beautiful LA, though it's like 62 degrees and Jim.
I'm freezing. It's 62. I'm cold.
It's so cold. To people in the New York Gay Football League, it was like 31 games this season already. We can't have much to complain about. Anyhow, we are talking about football today. A big story this week is the story of Brian Sims, who was an openly gay college football captain at Bloomsburg University, which, Jim, how far is that from where you grew up?
Bloomsburg's about less than an hour from where I grew up.
Yeah, Wilkes-Barre.
I grew up in Wilkes-Barre. Bloomsburg's in the central part of the state. Pretty close to State College, where Penn State is.
Right. Well, it's a pretty conservative area from what Brian and his teammate told me. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the red part of Pennsylvania.
Not too gay friendly. So here's this guy in the year 2000 who was openly gay on his college football team. He says he never heard a negative thing ever said about him being gay. His teammate and good friend from high school and college said that he never heard a negative thing about Brian's sexuality from his team. So, year 2000, college football captain, middle of a conservative area, comes out of the closet, nothing happens. No negative repercussions whatsoever. Yet, Jim, we keep hearing about how homophobic sports are.
I think it goes to show that it depends on the situation and on particular, team dynamic. One of his teammates told us that if he was not the star, and he was a star of the team pretty much,
yeah,
he may not have gotten the same kind of positive reception. He may have given him a lot more grief. But also it's fascinating, this has been 9 years ago, and we're just discovering this now. No one thought this was newsworthy, basically, which I think is a great thing. It was what it should be. Right.
Well, we'd never heard of him. It's a Division II school, even though they went to the national championship game, which is fantastic. They went 12-3 that season, won 11 straight games. We had never heard of him, and I think people just had never heard his story. Nobody from the team had obviously ever talked about it from anybody in the press. And even though when you go to his LinkedIn profile and Facebook and on the Gay and Lesbian Lawyers of Philadelphia website, it says he was gay and was on the captain of the national runner-up in college football. We just kind of never knew about it.
Yeah, I think this is more common than people want to think. We ran a story about a gay kicker a couple weeks ago, and he's out to pretty much his whole team. I think if you're gay and you're out to one teammate, you're probably out to everybody. But we only heard about this through a source of ours, and he had been out for a while. It wasn't like it was a big deal to them. So I do think this stuff happens more, especially at the high school college level, and people just don't care, that they don't think it's newsworthy enough. And I think the difference is in the NFL, this would not be a secret if someone was that out to his teammates as this guy, the kicker, is, or of
Right. Right. Yeah, no. I mean, listen, having an active player, that's kind of the holy grail, right? I mean, we've even though he's only the third player that we know of to have been out to his college football team, people really want that active player. I know with Tim, the kicker whose story we had, it was an anonymous story, so we haven't revealed who he is, but I know he had emails from both CBS Sports and ESPN because they want to talk to him.
Yeah, and they would even talk to him anonymously, because they still see it as being a story. It's still so rare. So for Brian to come out 9 years ago and be accepted was a pretty amazing story.
Right. I mean, one of the things that's pretty cool about Brian is he's a lawyer now, and one of the things that he works very hard on is getting the Philadelphia Bar Association to be pro-gay in their policies and working for pro-gay legislation. I know he's very active with HRC, so he's involved in politics, and one of the commenters on the story that we had said how eloquently he talked about the Constitution and our rights and the role of religion.
And I think being an athlete gives you a certain entree to certain people that normally might not listen to you, because you can talk their talk and walk their walk.
Yeah. And in Pennsylvania, that's a big deal.
Well, exactly. A football player in Pennsylvania is pretty big.
Right. All right, well, we're just talking about that one issue this week. Jim and I are on the same football team in the New LA Flag Football League, and we're 3-0. He rifled the ball at me. So hopefully we'll keep our streak going. Check back next week.